Hey guys, how's it going? Spinosaurus the King here, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the Jurassic Park 3 deleted scenes, so let's begin. So, originally, the Jurassic Park 3 was supposed to have the Baryonyx rather than the Spinosaurus, but that was during the early pre-production of the Jurassic Park 3, but Spinosaurus was ultimately chosen as it was bigger and more impressive with such a sail, which is, it's just as bigger. It's the biggest, Spinosaur dinosaur rather than the Baryonyx, so they changed it. So, anyways, I'm gonna go on to the next topic. So, originally, Jurassic Park 3 was supposed to take place on a different island called, Site C or Isla Muirtar. It was going to be more tropical looking, with an island with tropical colors such surf graphics and hibiscus flower scents. Now, this is very interesting. I had no idea that there's supposed to be a Site C in Jurassic Park 3, and perhaps that would have been cool to see, but they stuck with Isla Sorna. And at the beginning of Jurassic Park 3, there's supposed to be a paleontologist in Egypt uncovering a Spinosaurus tooth, and this scene was likely removed for being insignificant to the film's plot, which I guess that makes sense. They just didn't want to discover a dead Spinosaurus because there's a real one in the movie anyway, so perhaps that's why they cut that. So I'm gonna talk to you guys now about how Ben Hildebrand's death was supposed to happen, and this is how his death actually happened, but they didn't show it in the movie. So in the movie, he was actually killed by a pack of Velociraptors, but they didn't show that because they cut it. But he still was killed by Velociraptors, and then apparently Eric would have filmed the Velociraptors as they ran off. So that's how that scene would have taken place in the original plot. So, in the movie, also, I'm going to talk to you guys now about Paul and Amanda Kirby. So, there was a lot of dialogue or mood between Paul and Amanda Kirby, including one particular scene where the two argue over who gets custody over Eric. Okay, that's kind of interesting, I guess. Now, I'm going to talk to you guys about Ellie and Grant's farewells. So, there was a scene that many fans feel should have been kept. It was a longer goodbye between Alan and Ellie. There was also another scene in the dining room where Jack the parrot responds with bullshit when Ellie and Alan are discussing the Velociraptor pack communication theory, which is kind of interesting. I kind of wish they kept that scene. Next part is extended departure. So this scene was included in the movie's trailers for Jurassic Park 3. It was the plane taken off at the sunset, possibly from Montana to California, for the Kirby family staging to proceed to go to Isla Sorna, which is, that's kind of interesting actually. Okay, now I'm going to talk to you guys about how Nash was originally supposed to die in Jurassic Park 3. So, he was originally going to die by a Velociraptor attack, according to the official shooting script. Nash stands up to a Velociraptor and is killed, the role of which was then given to Udesky. Now Udesky was originally supposed to die by the Spinosaurus, so it was kind of the opposite, which is kind of interesting, So, yeah, but here's the script for it. Originally, Udesky was, according to the official shooting script, was going to have been killed off by the Spinosaurus, and the others watched as this happens. However, the role was given to Nash instead. Okay, now I'm going to talk to you guys about how the Spinosaurus and Tyrannosaurus Rex was originally supposed to happen, and this is what would have happened rather than the 30-second fight. So originally, the sequence between the Spinosaurus and the Tyrannosaurus Rex involved a short moment where the two beasts sized each other up while roaring and growling. The conflict would be started by the Spinosaurus, who smacks the T-Rex across the face rather than the T-Rex making its first strike. This sequence can still be seen in the trailers and also in the special features of Jurassic Park 3. Additionally, the making of Jurassic Park 3 shows an extended sequence of fighting where the T-Rex begins to push the Spinosaurus back, and an alternate shot of when the Spinosaurus bites deeply into the Tyrannosaurus neck, which is pretty cool. I kind of wish they kept this because, the fight was pretty short, but fortunately, that's not going to happen because the movie already came out, but I still would think that would have been cool. Okay, now I'm going to talk to you. Okay, next is Udesky's fall. When Udesky threw off his backpack and fled into the forest, he fell over, got up, and heard the sounds of the Velociraptors. This small sequence was removed for pacing corners. Okay. Now, there's supposed to be a red Velociraptors in Jurassic Park 3, but they never used it, which I don't really care about because we saw the blue raptors, which were pretty cool. Okay, this scene I really wish they kept. Udesky versus the Velociraptors. This would have been really cool. So, In the cutscene, attempts to use a stick to hit the Velociraptors to defend himself, with the Velociraptors overpowering him and injuring him. The sequence can be seen still in production stills for the film. So, originally we were going to see Udesky fight the Velociraptors, which I wish they kept, but unfortunately they got rid of it. Okay, now what's this? Coat hanger. So when the crew entered the lab, Paul was supposed to see a broken coat hanger. It was taken out due to placing. Okay. Now, extended embryonics is another scene that was cut. So as Dr. Grant and the Kirby's Billy Brennan and Udesky go into the embryonics administration, these scenes were supposed to extend it likely to be longer, showing a bit more depth and how large structure was, as well as the weapons from the first film. It implied these sequences would have pushed the narrative of Sorna being a research facility. So, another scene that was also cut, Fresh Prince. So according to the original shooting script, there's supposed to have been a scene where Eric is in the compound and notices freshly made footprints. Okay. Now, apparently there's supposed to be a Velociraptor motorcycle chase in Jurassic Park 3. That would have been cool to see, and how this would have taken place is, Alan Grant will be driving a motorcycle in a greenhouse-like building while Velociraptors are chasing him. However, this scene didn't make it to the film. I kind of wish it did. That would have been cool. Now, originally Billy Brennan was supposed to die in Jurassic Park 3 rather than surviving, and he was supposed to be dying in the birdcage scene, but the crew decided to save him for the ending, and I'm kind of glad they did, because seeing Billy Brennan die, that'd be sad, because he's actually my third favorite or fourth favorite Jurassic Park character in the franchise. I really like this guy. I'm glad he didn't die, and hopefully he can return in Jurassic World Dominion. So, and another deleted scene is called the Ankylosaurus Crossing. This is an uncompleted effect shot of the Ankylosaurus crossing the river in front of the InGen barge in the river bank scene. I kind of wish they kept that. That would have been really cool, actually. Okay, now I really wish they kept this scene. So there's supposed to be a scene with the Velociraptor pack taking on an Ankylosaurus. That would have been really awesome to see. At one point, well, yeah, I'm not gonna say the script because I just basically said it. I just really wish they kept this scene. I think it would have been really awesome, but unfortunately it got cut for whatever reason. I don't understand why. Okay, now I'm gonna talk to you guys about the Spinosaurus Emerge, another deleted scene. So the Spinosaurus's entry in the river raft sequence was different originally, with the Spinosaurus making a rather explosive entrance in the original filming. Another scene that was removed currently was Paul Kirby's line of him can't help from feeling a little bit offended following the Ceratosaurus leaving the group alone after engaging everyone in the group who dug through positive Spinosaurus droppings for the satellite phone. Okay, that's kind of interesting, I guess. Okay, so at the end when Amanda Kirby gave the eggs back, originally it was going to be Dr. Grant and Eric giving the eggs back, but they decided to change it to Amanda for whatever reason. And another scene that was deleted was Paul and Amanda Kirby rekindled. This scene was believed to show Paul and Amanda rekindling following their rescue. Originally, this scene was they were supposed to also contain or lead into conflict with Pteranodons and Velociraptors. So we would have seen the Velociraptor take on a Pteranodon. That would have been a cool fight. I wish they didn't delete that. But according to an early script around the time of this sequence, the speedboat incidents caused in the beginning of the film was revealed to the fault of the aggressive Pteranodons. This scene was cut, most likely due to contradiction of continuity, as they were still locked up in Avery at the time of these events. So apparently the Pteranodons were the ones that took out the boat in the opening scene of Jurassic Park 3, which makes sense, because if it was a Spinosaurus, that boat would have been destroyed. So it obviously wasn't the Spinosaurus, it wasn't the Mosasaurus, it was definitely the Pteranodons, because they're much smaller and lighter, and all they did was take the humans away. So yeah, that's this scene. Now I'm going to go on to the next one. Okay, I already said the Velociraptor. So apparently Samuel himself said in an interview that there was supposed to be a scene where the Velociraptors interact with the Pteranodons, but I really wish they didn't delete the scene, but unfortunately it didn't make it to the final product, which sucks. So, okay, now I'm going to talk to you guys about the original way Jurassic Park 3 was supposed to end. So, two different versions of the film's ending exist in the script format, where the Pteranodons attempt to attack the group while respectively inside the outside of the rescue helicopters, basically assuming they are a predator. Another variation of the ending in the original script had the Spinosaurus being killed off by a pack of Velociraptor packs after it attacks a group on the raft. Finally, a second alternate ending was of the Spinosaurus attacking the Marines Navy after the group left the island, which ended up being removed due to pacing. You know, I'm really glad they cut the scene with the Velociraptor pack killing a Spinosaurus, because how could a Velociraptor pack take out a predator that's gigantic compared to them? It's impossible. I would have been so mad if they kept that. Now, if they kept that scene just to have it as a dinosaur battle and the Spinosaurus killed off the Velociraptors, I would have loved to see that. But of course, I wouldn't want to see the Spinosaurus die, because there's no way you can die to Velociraptors, and it's also my favorite animal. So, thank God. I would like to see the Spinosaurus take out the Navy as long as it wins, though, because I wouldn't want to get killed off, and that would have been a good action scene, but it was cut, though. Anyways, yeah, so that's basically all the deleted scenes of Jurassic Park 3. Tell me, which scenes do you guys wish they kept, and which scenes you guys glad they got rid of for Jurassic Park 3? And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and have a great day.